Hey, this is a quick video for, actually, oddly enough, the piano practice room subreddit, which usually I wouldn't do because it's like forbidden to give people advice, at least unsolicited advice. So I hope this is okay, because this person did ask, hey, do you have any tips or whatever? But I noticed, I guess Xplo, it's spelled 3XPLO, so maybe the 3 is like an E, I don't know. But this person posted a great video of them playing Clementi Sonatina Opus 36 number 3, and I was like, wait, number 3? Everybody plays number 1. So I was like, are you taking from a teacher or are you self-taught and you heard this and you decided to learn it? And sure enough, they're self-taught. So really cool, and it sounds great. And I asked them like, hey, how did you learn? Because I'm always trying to get more information on how people are learning on the internet. And yeah, so they gave me some great information about what they're doing, basically. Anyways, enough. I'll link to the posts in the description if you actually want to read it. But if you are asking for a humble opinion, I might say one other person was talking about your wrists being a low, which is probably true. But you did say that it's difficult to level the wrists and to move that position. I think this is why. I think it's actually an elbow thing. When we play in front of our body, like in this song, or up high, see, it's really tempting for our elbows to go out. In front of us, our elbows kind of move like this. So that can cause some issues. In fact, I did notice that when you started off, your thumb, the left hand, was hanging off the edge, which is another common problem when we reach up. Our thumb is good. Oh, and it disappears. It's like hanging down here. So here's some small advice on that. First of all, why do we want to not have our hands too low anyways? So this, I'll exaggerate so you can see it a little bit. But if we have our wrist down below our knuckles, then technically this is how carpal tunnel happens, I guess, right? We bend the fingers, and because it's going through this bent carpal tunnel region, the tendons, it can rub against them and cause pain or issues in the future. Some people even have to stop typing and stuff because it can be really uncomfortable. But then again, a lot of pianists play with weird technique and it works out for them. So it's kind of a roll of the dice. But to reduce the chance of that happening, you can have your wrist be kind of at the same level as your knuckles. Is usually a little healthier. And you'll find that you eventually, as you get comfortable with that position, will miss notes less often. And you'll have more power for playing certain things like chords and stuff. Because, well, if in the extreme example, if my hand's like this and I try to bend, you can see I can't even close my hand really all the way. If it's flat, you have a lot more freedom of motion, which is great for all sorts of piano stuff. So that's why we want the wrist usually level. And if you're having trouble moving it up, I think it's because of the elbow. If our elbows are out or lifted and we have some tension there holding them up, and then we try to lift our wrists, that's kind of an uncomfortable feeling. And then our shoulders might go up too, and our elbows go out, and then our wrists, and then the shoulders, and pretty soon it's like we're like hugging somebody or something. It all just kind of moves like this. So this is what I would try. Let the arm really hang loose so that if somebody came by and did this, your arm would swing, right? We want that type of feeling. And then this is a little weird to lift up the wrist, especially if you're used to your pinky knuckle being closer to the piano keys. This is going to not feel comfortable right away, but we want to take our other hand and gently with a finger or two lift up the wrist. And you can experiment with this kind of like looser wrist. Oh, see, you can't see it because my microphone's in the way, but my shoulder was having some tension there. So having this more loose and aligned means that we're not using any muscles to hold our arm up like this. Even if we play out like this, we don't want to be like, bam, like that. You might see some concert pianists do that for dramatic emphasis, but we can't practice that way. People can maybe play for a few minutes that way, but if you practice even for 10, 15, 20 minutes or even longer or something, your arms are going to be holding tension and they're not going to be able to move. I mean, they'll kind of be a little bit frozen in place as you play, and that makes it harder to play dynamics and other stuff too. So let the arms hang loose, lift up the wrists if you can a little bit, and just maybe, or even with the other hand holding it up, you can get used to that sort of thing. So, yeah, but you already sound great on this piece, on movement 1 at least. So it can be really discouraging to go back and try to change something like this and something that you're already pretty good at. So I probably wouldn't worry about it right now in movement 1. But if you learn movement 2, if you decide to do that, or if you do something else, that can be a good time to try this new idea of new hand position, right? So, or even if just doing this type of stuff is a good warm-up. I wouldn't necessarily try it because with this piece, because it can feel really demotivating to have to slow down and try a new hand position and stuff. Just do it the next time you start something new. So, yeah, this is already too long. I hope this isn't unsolicited and I don't get banned. But thanks for your info, and keep it up. I think that's it. Yeah. Have a good day, and Happy New Year to everyone else who's watching the video.